Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of the Munce Report this week. Trainer Chris Munce is joined by Bloodstock agent Julian Blackstone this week to talk all things Magic Millions off the back of a successful March Cuter sale. Welcome, guys. It's been a big week for the team, and Mr. Munce, you had your hand up quite a few times in the ring, and you've walked away with some lovely purchases.
Yeah, g'day, Adam. No, it was a really good sale. Very happy with what we bought. The first day was a bit quiet. We just come away with the one filly, Heroic Valor filly, but the second day I was really pleased with the stock that we were able to purchase and come away with.
Yeah, obviously you're in the groove. The purchases were coming in thick and fast on day two. And Julian, thanks for joining us. You've partnered up with the stable and been assisting with the Bloodstock side of things since the January Magic Million sale. You obviously live and breathe Bloodstock and this side of the industry. What are your thoughts on the sale season so far? There seems to be a lot of confidence in the industry and people are buying up.
Yeah, hi Adam, hi Munce. Nice to be here. I've been doing this for 20 years, buying yearlings and horses, and the market's as strong as I've seen it. You know, we had a big push back in 2008-9, but there's enormous confidence in Australian racing and in the prize money we've got here, and huge bonus races around sales, and you've got All-Star Miles, you've got the Everest in Sydney. Great confidence in Australian racing, and that's showing at the yearling sale. So very competitive, but I think if you do your work, you can still find real value at the sales.
Yeah, there was plenty of value to be found at the March sale. I guess before we get into that, keen to get both of your insights on the purchases. But Julian, for those that sort of don't know your background, just tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the industry, and I guess what led you to start Blue Sky Bloodstock those years ago, and then Newington Farm more recently.
Yeah, I've been a Bloodstock agent for about 15, 16 years. We started with Blue Sky back in 2006. Prior to that, I worked for Magic Millions. Prior to that, I worked on horse studs and a very tall, ordinary track work rider for Go Waterhouse in Sydney. So I've been in racing for 22 years or something. Love the game. Started Blue Sky Bloodstock, like I said, in 2006, and bought for Go Waterhouse for years on our buy with Anthony and Sam Friedman, and with Arthur Hoyer. Being in America this year, I've been lucky enough to work with Chris and Kathy Munce and help them buy some nice yearlings at the sale. So we've got Newington Farm out here an hour from Brisbane and 45 minutes from the Gold Coast. We spell horses for a lot of people. The Friedmans, Chris Waller, Chris Munce, Toby Edmonds, and it's nice to not only be at the sales buying, but also be involved with these colts and fillies when they're going to breakers, and being around them every day. So I think we probably, since we've had the farm for 4 or 5 years, it's certainly helped with buying horses. I think being around them and having horses spell here, and obviously these juveniles, like we've got three that went through our system that are running in the Golden Slipper on Saturday. Stay Inside, Artorias, and Shakiro. We're all here from January sales last year over to Greg Bennett, back and forth. So they were here till May, June. So it's very helpful to watch horses grow, and I think that's made me a better buyer of yearlings since we've had the farm.
Yeah, very interesting, and yeah, obviously very topical with that with the slipper this weekend, and obviously that strike rate there. So, well, let's get your thoughts on the purchases from the March sale. There was the Star Witness Stratusi Chestnut filly, and feel free to chime in either or. But I guess obviously you purchased them together, you inspected them together, I guess. And what did you like about her? Obviously, she's got that speed on speed pedigree.
She was a filly that when we seen her, I mean, there was a lot of fillies at this sale, and probably some that didn't really capture the attention, but she was one that when she come out, just looked like a real athletic running style of filly, very strong back end. Still got a lot of developing and growing to do, but there's no doubt, I would suggest by the style of her, that she, with the Star Witness, bloodline, that she'd be one that could run early. And she reminded me a little bit of what Rhapsody Rose was when we bought her as a yearling last year. She was a similar sort of Star Witness shape, but obviously this has got the chestnut to her, which leans to the sire side of her.
Yeah, really nice filly. This filly, and I think on the market, we've seen a lot of first season sires make overs, sell above what you'd imagine their value to be. She was bought for 110,000. She's by a proven stallion. Star Witness himself won the Blue Diamond and, won the Coolmore. She's out of a mare by Stratum. Stratum won the Golden Slipper. A lot of speed in the family. I thought she was a really nice filly. Chris loved her. And she was a top 2 or 3 filly in the sale for me. So I thought she was great value at 110,000.
Very good. We then move over to the Headwater Colt, and he's been very popular. He only 40% left in him, so 60% already gone after less than 24 hours. So obviously he's been popular. And Chris, I think you said in your video that we did at the sales that he sells himself, and that's pretty much what's happening so far.
Well, he does. I mean, he was another one. He was very strong colt, which is what you want to see. But he also had a nice head about him, which I know it sounds a little bit corny, I suppose, but he just had one of those stallion heads for mine. He had a lovely eye about him, but he had a really good, smooth walk. And he was one horse that really caught my eyes as soon as I seen him come out to parade.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Chris. I saw that colt. He's here for a couple of weeks at Newington, and then he'll go over to Greg Bennett for breaking them. Looked at him this morning in the paddock. He's even better out of the sales environment, this colt. He's got strength and speed. He's out of a schnitzel mare, but he's got a bit of length about him as well. And like Chris said, he's got a beautiful head on him. He's all quality, and at 90,000, I thought he was really good buying in the sale. Beautiful colt.
Very good. We then move over to what was the first perch of the sale, Heroic Valor, Clara's Cross, chestnut filly from the Raheen draft. And what caught your eye about her, Chris?
Yeah, she was just another filly that I suppose the Heroic Valor's his first season, but she was just a nice walking filly. I just thought her action when she come out of the box, she had the right shape, and I couldn't find too many faults with her. You see a lot of yearlings come out and straight away you see something you don't like. But I looked at her a few times and I couldn't find too much about her that I didn't like. So I was more than happy to purchase her at the 45. I thought she was good value, and it was a nice family to go with it. So I thought she was quite solid buying.
Yeah, wholly agree, Chris. This filly, she's from Raheen Stud. They're proven breeders. The Nolan family, they had the dual winner they bred Sweet Dolly that bolted in on Saturday. And she's got a lovely pedigree, this filly. Great filly family. Goes back to the old Woodlands family, which is now Godolphin, which is Elise's and a Stern and Triscay in there, and just great value, And a lot of people mightn't have heard of Heroic Valor, but he was a Group 1 winning 2-year-old in New Zealand by Fastnet Rock. Like, he was a proper horse over there, and this is his first season. So really good value at 45,000. Nice filly.
And then the final purchase was this was Kathy Munce's horse of the sale, I believe. Chris, she was pretty excited about this one, the Spieth Light and Bay Colt. There was a bit of Al Mahar, Hull City, the Millwood 2-year-old that we've spoken about in recent times on the show about him. Did you have that sort of similar comparison there?
Well, look there. Yeah, you know what ladies are like. They get soft spots for certain things, and I mean, she did like this Spieth colt, but I've got to say, this horse wasn't bought for that reason. He was bought because I thought he was a good style of a colt. He did have a lovely head on him. It's not unlike the Headwater colt. He just had a very presentable body, and he was a horse that I think is going to develop and grow. I'm not sure he's going to be an early 2-year-old, but certainly back into the 2-year-old season, I would think that this horse will be up and racing, and he's still got a bit of growing to do, but he's certainly got everything there that you want.
Yeah, really nice horse. Spieth was a horse who was beaten a short nose in two Group 1 sprints. He was a serious racehorse. Had he won one of those 2 Group 1s, I think he got beaten a nose in the Newmarket. He won one of them, you wouldn't be buying a Spieth for under 50 grand. You'd be buying a Spieth for under 300 grand. So you've got to put that in perspective. Beautiful, beautiful colt. We've actually got a dozen Spieths at Newington. We've had them here for 6 months. So I know a bit about the Speeds. I've seen quite a few of them in the paddock, and I thought this horse had real quality, really nice colt. Mightn't be a pre-Christmas horse, he might be, but he looks to me like a horse that could really train on and be a great horse for the stable over some years.
Very good. And I guess we should touch on also the fifth purchase, which is the horse is already sold, but just for the record, the Spill the Beans, Lots of Success Bay Colt. What did you both think about him?
Yeah, well, I just thought he was a little bomb. I mean, he was just very well built, strong. He will run early, this guy, there's no doubt about that. And I just thought he was one that will be able to sort of, I would like to hope, get up and going. And he's one that probably I would think could be running pre-Christmas with any luck.
Yeah, 100%. If he's not pre-Christmas, I'll give up. I saw him this morning. He's a sharp, strong colt, but he's got a great attitude, great nature, great attitude to him. He acts like an 8-year-old gelding. Really nice colt, really well bought.
Very good. And while I've got you, Julian, obviously you've mentioned that the horse is already out there taking the scenery out at Newington Farm. You've also got the January Magic Millions purchasers who we've spoken about, Chris and I, on the show in recent weeks, and they've recently completed their breaking in process at Fenwick Farm, and they're now having a bit of R&R on the farm, probably right outside the door, are they?
Yeah, no, they're out there. They've been to Greg's and they're back, and they've been back here for 2 weeks. They'll have another fortnight, and then they'll go back to Greg's for a bit more education, and then likely come up to Chris's stable and, poke through the stable for a week or so. 2 colts in particular we bought up there. We bought a Flying Artie colt out of ABBA who's just done beautifully. I think he was 80 or 90,000. And since we purchased him, Artorius by Flying Artie won the Blue Diamond. And then a Capitalist colt out of Panda's Turn, who's just a beautiful animal. I think we were lucky we bought well on the market, this Capitalist. We bought him for 80,000, I think. And, then we went to the classic sale. Profiteer came out and won the English Millennium, bolted in. And I saw Capitalists at the classic sale making 400, 500, 600,000 with much less pedigree than this colt. This colt's out of a half to a Queensland Derby winner. So he's a beautiful colt. Greg Bennett's given him a huge rap. I'm not sure what's left in him, but there's not much. But if I was going to go into one, it was great value. Profiteer's been heavily back for the slipper. So, I mean, really good value. I'll be certainly putting some mates into this horse. I thought he was a great colt and a huge opportunity for a 2-year-old for next year.
Yeah, Chris, that must make you excited. Obviously, as Julian mentioned, the Capitalist stocks have certainly gone up, and three of the field of 16 in Saturday's Gold Slipper are by this sire in Capitalist. So he's absolutely on fire.
He sure is, and this guy, he's as I mentioned before about the horses and their colour, he's the same colour as Capitalist, but he's got a similar sort of shaped body, and he was just one that I'm glad that he's broken in well, because I'm sure that he's sort of a horse that would be able to get up and going, I'd like to hope.
Very good. And the other one, keen to get your thoughts on, Julian, is the jukebox from the January Magic Million sale as well. What are your thoughts there?
She's a beauty. The jukebox. And I think people are starting to cotton on to jukebox. He was a very good son of Schnitzel. And at the sales since we bought this filly in January, they've sold very well. Kieran Morrissey has bought 3 or 4 of them at different sales. He trained jukebox. Very fast 2-year-olds. You remember he was scratched on the morning as favourite in the Blue Diamond. He was a very smart horse, and I think he'll be one out of the box with runners before Christmas. This filly could definitely be a pre-Christmas horse. Fast filly, got a nice pedigree, but she's if she was by Schnitzel herself, she would have made for 500,000.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, very good. Thanks both for your insights there. And if people do want further information on any of the purchases, whether it be the March sale purchases or January, obviously there's limited shares in the January horses, but anyone can email admin@munceracing.com.au. So, thanks again, guys. Great to get your insights, and we'll chat soon.
Okay.
Good on you. Thanks, Adam.
All right, Chris, and obviously it's a bit of a quieter weekend on the runners front. Just the one runner for the weekend, Gold Coast Saturday, the 2-year-old colt Military Gambler. He's entered for start number 2 here. Of course, he ran in the $125,000 dual Prelude on debut. What did you make of that run? Obviously, an experience for him, and what are your thoughts on him in the wet? Obviously, that's what we're faced with this weekend.
Yeah, well, he's obviously a bit untried on that sort of side of things, but the horse himself went very well. I thought first up, he was wide the trip, had no luck at all in getting into to get an economical run, but he was still closing off really well late. So this horse, he's looking for a bit further. He's looking for the 1200. So I just hope that he's able to get the right sort of run in transit, and I'm sure he'll race very well.
Very good, mate. Well, have a good weekend. Good luck to Connections of Military Gambler if the horse does run. And yeah, all the best.
Good on you. Thanks, Adam.